Hello, everybody.
Woo!
Howdy.
Mine, what's up?
I was just
I am.
saying howdy.
Oh, well, there you go. I am MC Henry. I am here tonight as your keeper, your host, your purveyor of weirdness. And I am joined by an amazing crew, some new, some returning, but a whole new storyline coming at you. And we're going to popcorn off starting with John Smash.
Hi, I'm John Smash playing Sam Mahash, your mundane. Popcorn Slim.
And I'm Ollie. I'll be playing Slim Leeds, the gumshoe.
And how about you there, Sanguine?
Hi, everybody. I am Old Worm Slayer, and I'll be playing Luca, the non-binary, the androgynous divine.
Very, very cool. And if you've been watching with us, you may notice that we've got a different cast here tonight, but this is going to be, I hope, our regular crew from here until eternity. No pressure. No pressure on anybody there.
Under pressure.
That's one of the best songs ever written, I think. But I am legitimately a Queen fan and David Bowie fan.
Well, yeah, their duet of that was just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So kind of settling in here, let's get a little bit to know everybody. We will be doing the history questions here in a bit, but does your character have a hobby that they do while they're not busy chasing monsters or trying to figure out what weird things are lurking underneath the streets? And we'll go in reverse order, and we'll start off with Old Worm Slayer.
Luca, when they're not chasing monsters, they're dabbling in the dark arts. No, I'm kidding. uh, they're practicing their Nordic pagan traditions. Periodically, like teaching people the proper teachings, not the ones that are not entirely correct.
So, do you mean like the religious beliefs? Is that what you're going with?
Yes.
So, the way I think of this city is kind of like a melting pot. So, I think there's definitely room for more melty stuff in it. So you think in your spare time you try to maybe wander the religious district or
Yeah, and I keep an eye out for like any of the pagans, especially North pagans, that could use a little guidance.
very cool. What about Slim? Does Slim have a hobby?
Well, pickleball. That's about the size of it. No. In reality, something quiet, something dull. So the things that were coming to my head are crosswords, sudokus, and origami. I love all of those things, but I'm a little bit quiet and dull, so.
That would kind of make sense if you're used to solving puzzles.
Exactly. Keep the juices flowing.
Mm-hmm. They do say if you do crossword puzzles, it will stage off I forget maybe now I have them. The stage off memory loss in your old age. What about John Smash, Sam Mahash?
Sam is just worried about growing his fledgling plumbing business, handing out big business cards, glad handing, yes, doing bad PR work. It's like, oh, hi kid, here, have a lollipop and a business card for my plumbing services.
The cops are looking at you like you shouldn't be giving lollipops to kids, mate. That's kind of screwed up.
He's not good at it, but he's trying.
The struggle is real.
Better plumber than he is a PR man.
You're literally in the sanitation business.
That's it.
So let's all go around.
It's a shitty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Amen.
Well, I forgot. I have to participate in these too. So I have a bunch of hobbies. Probably too many. But I'm going to make my wife laugh and claim that I am an expert juggler, and that's an absolute lie. But yeah,
you just like to clown around.
I do like to clown around. That is very true. Very on the nose, as it were. But yeah, if you're not aware, I am a part-time professional clown in real life. So yeah. But yeah. Let's go around and meet the crew and talk about your playbook a little bit, talk about your character a little bit, so we can all get an idea of who we're going to be adventuring with. And then whenever we feel comfortable, we can start into some history questions. I will leave that open for whoever wants to grab it.
Okay, I'll go first. Seeing I've been here the longest. Yes, so Sam, I'm playing a mundane. So I'm just normal, average, everyday guy in a world of weird and kooky things. The moves I took are oops, which lets me stumble across things that may be important. What could go wrong? I can charge into danger and get bonuses and things. And don't worry, I'll check it out. I get experience when I go somewhere spooky or scary all by myself. Sam's just a kind of lovable guy. Kind of a brawny, low-brainy, just big heart, bigger muscles. Nice guy. That's about
And as
it.
a fan of the players, I am a giant fan of Sam Mahash.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell it to you like this. The name's Leeds. Slim Leeds. I'm a private eye, see? So I'll be playing Slim Leeds as
Get
the
chills,
gumshoe.
goosebumps.
Slim Leeds is a gumshoe operating in the center of town there on Isla Bolo. For the gumshoe, I start with the moves Occult Confidential, letting me ask free investigative mystery questions. Naked City, which gives me contacts all the way throughout the city, or wherever I go. And then for my move, I selected just one more thing, which gets me more information when I ask leading questions, a la Columbo.
And last but definitely not least, let's hear a little bit about Luca.
Well, just a moment.
Okay.
Momentarily AFK, but listening and able to talk. Luca is basically a child of a god that's been sent to help make sure things go like they're supposed to when they're supposed to, and they always have what they need when they need it. They have a boss from the beyond, which could easily be their father. Their father is kind of obvious by their weapon of choice. You know, the old thunder hammer. Gee, I wonder who their daddy is. and and a bit of a healing touch, sometimes to their own detriment.
Oh, that's true. If you mess up that roll, it can hurt. It can hurt you, or it can hurt the person you're trying to help.
Well, if it's bad, I can. If I roll really bad, I make I increase the harm they've taken by an extra point, or I absorb it onto myself, depending on the roll.
So we
Like,
have.
oh, you heal a harm, but I'm the one taking it now.
So you might end up hurting yourself more than helping anyone else.
Yep. Or hurting the person more than I'm helping them.
So how do we think in this Victorian city that a private eye, a plumber, and the child of a god all know each other? And we are going to answer that with some history questions and figure out how that happened a little bit.
I got one in mind for sure.
Okay.
We are all waiting with bated breath.
Oh, okay. That's right. Want to give everyone a chance to take a look at theirs. Didn't want to jump in, but Sam Mahash, it seems like, is a guy who would enjoy a little bit of friendly competition and sporting. So from the Gumshoes history here, Sam, what if you were on a rival or the same bowling team?
Ooh.
And the question for you is, what bowling-related disagreement rubbed you the wrong way?
Oh. Oh.
I didn't want to bring up the drama. I didn't want to make things political this early, but...
Ooh. It
question.
had to have been stepping over the foul line in the championship game. 10th frame. Both of us are
It was
bowling
the
at like
front
the
of the shoe,
270s.
not even part of my foot.
There it is. The sticky shoe. It got you.
Ridiculous. So, are we on the same team or rival teams?
Oh. Let's say rivals. It's going to be friendly. There's going to be a lot of ribbing, but
yeah. We're going to be busting each other's chops a little bit, but but it's all in good fun.
Rival bowling teams. Oh, this is the best thing ever.
Oh, and doesn't have to be right now, but cook up a bowling team name as well.
Oh.
At the same time, you guys could go with the fact you were on the same team, but you had a friendly rivalry for one-upsmanship over each other.
Yeah,
that's true as well. Yeah, that might make sense why we're hanging out outside of it as well.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense either way if you guys connected. I don't think it needs to really, I mean, you can be rival teams or rivals within the team. I
Oh, it's
personally
so good.
kind of like
just-
the rival team idea because that could be something fun that we could do in the off time, but I am open.
Yes, rival bowling teams. Golly, I
like that.
love it.
So who did, or is this the argument of whether there was a foul and who did the foul?
Oh no,
Or-
Ollie fouled, but somehow got away with it.
Well, Slim effectively argued that because he wears very pointy shoes, it was the point of the shoe that was over the line, but no part of his foot was actually over the line.
Oh, because
And gosh darn if he's not a convincing fella.
The shoe part that crossed the line was empty and therefore should not count against him.
I was curling my toes back. I have short toes anyway, the doctor says.
But the rules state. Man, I just, oh.
I'll be taking that free large pizza, thank you.
That was the only way I was going to eat this week. Oh, man. Oh. Well, next time, Slim, get yourself some regulation bowling shoes.
Got the name embroidered on the shirt.
It's like King.
Not a history question from Sam.
Okay, let's see. Do.
And you can put one out without a target. So if you just want to ask the question and see who grabs it, you can do it that way as well.
Yeah. The ones for the mundane are kind of
mundane,
yeah. Introducing me to monsters. I think if Luca would take that one.
Yeah. Let's see. Luca would definitely be the one to introduce you to monsters.
Maybe I was, fixing your sink and something crept up from your other dimensional existence, and I don't know.
Is that what you call the septic tank?
Yes. Yes.
Or
so let's ask
you're,
it this way.
another way we can go about it is you're doing one of your jobs, you're praying in some fashion while you're working. It's like, please just work. And then I appeared, and that introduced you to a monster in the process.
I accidentally prayed to you. Oh, that's good. I love it.
Because it's a history prompt for me. Oddly enough, for divine, a history prompt is their prayer, perhaps informal or even unconscious prayer, summoned you.
Accidentally prayed.
So I have this image of Sam being like under somebody's house working on the pipes, and they're just swearing because like nothing fits. Whoever worked on this last did a lousy job, and out crawls this thing, and Sam just starts swearing every deity's name that they have ever thought of, and their pops Luca.
Just all these softwares like
Hey,
rusty wrenches, leaky faucets, Thor Odin, Hera, poof. In walks Luca.
I mean, the real monsters are the friends that we meet
you rang.
along the way.
That's good stuff.
Or Luca has to be drinking a monster, which I actually am doing currently.
As it should be.
Let's see. So for that,
Yeah, you're pretty tight with Sam.
But what need have you for a detective?
well, you could be the person I go to for advice on mortal stuff.
That is true. Maybe in return you give me advice on divine or
Godly
occult
stuff.
matters.
That works.
I like that. That makes sense. From a logical standpoint as well, given that it is my job to keep an eye on people.
Yep.
Are you also on the bowling team?
Does Luca bowl?
Sure.
Are we meeting on like one of the side tables next to the pinball machines in a bowling alley?
It's so funny because what is thunder, right? That's when the angels are bowling.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
an old phrase, but
You like it
Oh,
because
I
it
could just
reminds me of
imagine
a
that
thunder.
Luca's bowling ball is like a custom-made bowling ball with a lightning bolt on it. And it's called Rolling Thunder.
So good.
seems like you all have a way to know each other, but don't hold that against if you guys want to seek more history or if you guys feel comfortable.
I feel comfortable with it.
This seems like a good start.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So, and I'm gonna take something out of another person who ran a game that I was in, and I'm just gonna ask you guys, what was your last month's monster hunt like before any of this starts? What was the monster hunt like that happened before we start our story? What did that look like? Don't have to have a lot of details. You could just kind of have an inkling or an idea.
Sam hit it with
Luca's last one is very statuesque.
What's that?
Luca's last one was very statuesque.
What does that mean?
Like involved people being turned to stone.
Okay, so people were being turned to stone. What was maybe turning them to stone, and how did you guys deal with it?
Sam hit it with a wrench repeatedly. And then gave one of the statues a hug because he felt sorry for it.
We'll say something like a lesser Medusa or something.
And it turns out you can still take fingerprints from a statue. They're extraordinarily detailed. It's not like these cheap 3D printers. I mean, I'm talking high fidelity images.
Do you still have those fingerprints?
I still have the statues. What are you talking about? Do you know how much it costs to buy granite? That's not nothing.
It is not nothing indeed.
We have them until we figure out a way to reverse it. Because
Yeah. Until we find
it's
a
too
way to
risky
reverse
for me
it.
to do it.
Who does Sam have, or who does Slim have a statue of, possibly in their office acting as a hat rack?
Slim prays before a solid stone bust of Macaulay Culkin, but I don't know. Yeah, one poor
Let's
soul from the
not go
Medusa
with Macaulay
mission is
Culkin.
now. No, I think Macaulay Culkin's doing well now. He's making short films again.
Yeah,
There's Kieran.
short gives you short. No.
Yeah, so I've got some poor sod as a coat rack. He was extending his hand before he died, so it's perfect to hang the back of a coat onto. But one of the only pieces of decoration in an otherwise undecorated office.
All right. With
Honestly,
that,
I was almost about to recommend Sam Smash's business rival. Because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Recommend that for what?
I was going to recommend that as the person that's a statue.
Oh, a rival plumber.
Yes.
Then maybe Sam accidentally bashed with the wrench.
accidentally.
Yes.
It's missing a nose. Like
Accidentally.
this thing.
A couple fingers fell off. Never going to turn a wrench properly ever again there. Faucet
Has a
Frank.
face like Voldemort.
Well, if he didn't before, he does now.
I use his partially open back pocket as an ashtray.
It's where I took his client list.
A conspicuous client list shaped hole in the back pocket that's missing.
Yes. Sam ate good that week.
The pockets are turned out, but made of stone. Implying, I guess, that you got to him before he was turned to stone anyway.
I used him as a human shield.
Are you sure you're not playing a crooked?
No, not today. Not today.
Not yet.
Not yet. Things could happen.
We'll work on that. It is an advanced move to generate another character.
Frankie Fawcett's man, he was not a nice gentleman. No. It's a bad contractor. He'd purposely leave jobs half done so he'd have to go back and charge more for them. That's not Sam's way of doing it. Get it done right the first time. Don't undercut people. Just be honest and upfront. Frankie had it coming.
We don't like Frankie.
No, Frankie Fawcett's bad business practice.
He will be the BEG.
Are you sure it wasn't Leaky Faucets?
That was his. Frankie Fawcett's ran Leaky Faucet's Plumbing. Yeah.
And Luca, you said you have Boss from Beyond?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone else have a beginning of mystery move? Take that as a no. So
Nope.
let's. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, nope.
Okay. So let's get this ball of wax heated up, so to speak, with the first die roll for your boss from beyond roll. And can you read off your move before you roll so everybody knows what it does?
Yes, just give me a moment.
Yep. Or I can read it off for you if you'd like.
I gotta have my sheet out. I was just partially getting the die roll already. Okay, boss from beyond at the beginning of each mystery roll plus weird on a 10 plus. Your superiors ask you to do something small. On a 7 to 9, they ask you to do something complicated or difficult. In either case, you get to ask them one question from the investigative mystery move right now. On a miss, you are required to do something terrible. If you do not accomplish what they've urged, you cannot use this move again until you have made up for your failure.
All right, so let's see those beautiful beans.
That's a 12.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
And remind me what happens on a 10 plus?
Your superiors ask you to do something small.
Your superiors. So how does this look? How do you tune into your boss? Are you praying? Are you just walking down the street? How does this manifest for Luca?
I think the best way I could describe it is Luca's walking down the streets and they just suddenly get this tingling feeling like, oh, the boss is calling. Like that little mental nudge. But they carry on like nothing's going on, so that way they don't look like they're acting weird.
So you're walking down the street, possibly with your bowling bag in your hand to go practice for the
Yeah, that
upcoming
works.
league match. And you feel a tickle in the back of your neck. It's like electricity. Your hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up. And you just know you need to take this call. And I'm assuming you kind of step into an alley or something like that.
I instead of going down to an alley, I'd go to like say a newspaper stand and grab a
Okay.
newspaper and,
Oh,
and mentally respond.
okay. So you grab a newspaper and the guy shouts at you, "Hey, those are 2 bits."
I give him 4 bits.
Okay. Well, thank you. You open up the newspaper.
Save
And,
the other 2 bits for a shave and a haircut.
and this is yeah. So your whole persona is transported for this conversation, and yeah, you see your boss before you. He's like, now I can see everything that's going to happen, at least a little bit into the future, and I need some quartz samples from down below. We have important research that we're working on.
A specific type of quartz?
You will know them. And that's all you get. He's
Okay.
gone. You said you're looking. You grabbed a newspaper.
Yep.
Are you reading said newspaper at all, or?
Yeah.
Okay. There's some headlines, mostly gossip. There's a big talk about damn it. Why did I ask you if you're reading the newspaper? There's a conspiracy about the faceless empress. People claim that they have pictures of her face, but when you look at the pictures, they're very blurry. They can't make them out. There's a ad for the Society for the Continuation of Ultimate Clandestine Occurrences is holding a gala for a fundraiser and art show. There's a lost dog, and so on and so forth. But with that, I think, unless you have something else you want to do right in the moment.
I'll make a note of the gala because, the fundraisers there sometimes are auctions.
Yep, there is a silent auction at the gala. Yeah.
And sometimes things like quartz and whatnot might be up for auction.
Very possible. What is Sam's life on an average Tuesday in Ilivania?
Just going up and down the mercantile district, trying to drum up business, helping out, cleaning out toilets and septics and different drains and sinks, because some of that Ilivanian food just gets in there in that P trap, and it just comes it up just right. And
you actually get somebody like waving you over, like, and you've never seen this person before, but he's waving you over like, Sam, you're the plumber, right? Sam.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and he's standing outside of a brewery. He's like, I've got a big job, a really big job.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What do you charge by the hour, or are you more like a contractor?
Well, let me get in and take a look, and we'll see what we're working with. I tend not to give too many quotes right off the bat because if it's something small, I don't really have a minimum set, and I really don't want to like overcharge you too much because it's just not good for business. But let's go take it. Thank you.
You've got
hash pipes and plumbing. Nice to meet you.
He introduces himself. This is Armand Dupree of Dupree Brewing.
Ooh.
And he says, "Oh, I'm so glad you just happened to be walking by. I don't know what's going on. My filters are broken, or my something's not working. When I put the water through the pipes, it just goes everywhere, and I've got a little bit of flood starting up.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, let's get in there. Let's take a look.
Well,
I really
thank
hope I can remember this accent because I'm having fun with it.
Pretty sure this is the 6th accent, but
17th, actually.
Not a major consequences roll, but why don't you give me a act under pressure as you evaluate the damage to the pipes.
Okay, let's see. Seven plus 0. 7.
Okay. This, Sam, you start tinkering around in here, and he's never going to notice the difference unless you tell him. But you start taking a look at his pipes and everything, and you, as you were pulling on something that you thought was stuck, you actually pull off a part of a valve. And the flood around you is getting worse. And we're going to leave you there to maybe figure out what you might be doing about that in a second.
Fair enough.
Slim Leads, I'm assuming you were sitting at your desk in your office.
Oh, yeah. Feet are kicked up fully on the desk. 2 empty cups that used to contain black coffee now contain cigarette butts. And old case files are being used to play paper toss with the waste paper bin at the feet of the rival plumber, whose name I've now forgotten as I've obscured his face with a hat.
And it's raining, obviously.
It's
always raining on Bolo Island.
It's raining. There's a sort of steady noir narration going on in the background at all times.
And the bell above your door jingles. And I'm going to let you describe who walks in, because you're probably going to be better at it than I am.
Well, it was a rainy day, though that doesn't tell you much, when Trouble walked into my office. Brunette, as usual. So this is going to be a strange woman walks in.
Yep.
Brunette.
Strange. She walks in and she shakes her hat out. Oh, I'm so sorry for getting water all over your floor. She's looking around at the paper trail. She looks up to you. You are a private eye, right?
I am. The name's Leeds. Slim Leeds. I'm a private eye, and if you're here, that means one of 2 things. Either you want to know something you don't know, or you're lonely, you got daddy issues and poor judgment. Either way, you better introduce yourself.
Oh, well, no, I don't think I have daddy issues. But
We call that process of elimination. So what's the job?
So let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. My son, Gordon, has gone missing. And I have a very high suspicion that, and she puts down like a cigarette case on your desk, and since you have cigarette butts, she lights up a cigarette to start smoking. And you notice on the outside of the cigarette case it says Brisway. So and that's a very it's one of the names of one of the upper families in Ilvania. And poor Gordon, I don't know what's happened to him. He went off to meet with Leo Vanderkamp, and we haven't seen him since, and our family is very worried that something foul has become of him.
Now, let's slow things down just a little bit here. So, first of all, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And your name is?
Way.
Say again? Sorry, you cut out there.
Marcella Brisway. Certainly you've heard of us.
I have, and that's sort of what's got me asking questions, because not many people are heard of me. Now, what brings you all the way out to the middle of the Ela, talking to a fella in the middle of the pouring rain, sitting in a dirty office, when I'm certain that you've got some law enforcement a little bit higher up than I am at your beck and call? Or correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, I certainly do have higher connections, but I was actually referred to you, and she'll hand you a card that you have written 10% discount on the back of it. I was referred to you by sorry, give me a second. By Bruce Cordone, who you helped solve. You helped him figure out where his diamonds had gone. I don't know if you remember that.
I do indeed. And suddenly things make a lot more sense. If you're a friend of Brucey's, well, let's just say I'm at your disposal.
Perfect.
Now let's see. So your son Gordon went missing. You last saw him. He was set to go meet with this Leo Vanderkamp, so you say. And
Yes.
do you know the substance of their meeting?
Well, I mean, everybody knows the substance of their meeting. I mean, they were conjoined. They were together. It wasn't that unusual. But he never came back. And the Vanderkamps have been acting rather odd toward us in general, but even more so ever since Gordon has gone missing. I'm very worried that they've done something nasty to him, and I don't know why they would do that other than they don't really approve of our son's relationship.
Don't approve of the relationship. Well, why would that be?
Well, you know, reasons. Mostly the fact that they're both boys and in the limelight. It's not very well thought of in the circles that we walk in, but you know, they're a little more conservative as far as things go than we are, but I don't really have a reason other than he hasn't come back. And it's very suspicious to me.
Well, it does ring a bit of suspicion. Okay, then. I'll honor the 10% off, even though technically that was only for the month of May. But we'll honor it this time anyway, because I like you and you're a friend of Brucey's, so we're going to do something nice for you. Now, I'm going to need the addresses of all the various homes that I should be in attendance of, and I'd appreciate if you'd let folks know around your place if I'm going to be stopping around, just to let me in.
I'm going to do you one better than that, Mr. Leeds.
That's right.
So, in 2 days, the Vanderkamps are holding a gala. And if you feel so motivated, I happen to have tickets, and she spreads like a handful of tickets in front of you.
Well, I appreciate it, but typically I'm a much cheaper date.
Well, these were for our family, but we aren't going. This is hoping that you could go and figure out what happened. Or if you maybe are smarter than I am, have a better solution.
All right, so go poke around the gala at the regular rate. Keep an eye out for your son. Look into the businesses and the goings-on of the Vanderkamps. I've done worse for less. I'm prepared to take this case then.
Yes, and if you need any information, literally any information, I am at your disposal. And phones here are not like cell phones, they're like house phones, but she will give you the private line, her private line number at the Brisway manor, so to speak.
Now, before you go, there is one more thing.
Yes?
Now, given your position in the city and the position of the Vanderkamps, you'll forgive me, but it's very difficult for me to imagine that there could have really been no motive to this besides just this being a random occurrence. Are you sure that your son did not have any enemies in particular?
He was an up-and-coming architect. He was working on a new building design with some of his co-workers. I don't think he had any enemies, but I don't know how that whole world really works. To be honest, we didn't really talk a lot. I just knew he came on Saturdays for lunch with us, and then he mentioned to us that he was going to visit Leo the next day, and we haven't seen him in almost a week. Or, well, I guess we haven't heard or seen from him since then.
Well then, I've got a couple inquiries to make, but I can assure you that I'll be in touch very soon. And do you have anybody else working on this case too? Am I going to be running into anybody else out there who's doing the same thing that I'm doing?
Oh no, I was trying to keep this all very under the, what do you call it? Under
wraps.
Yes. Under wraps. I don't want a lot of people knowing how worried I am.
Well, hey, one of the reasons why my business cards make it into the hands of people like you is because I understand discretion. You don't gotta worry. You'll get the answer to your question.
Do you have any other questions for her before she takes her leave?
Besides basic information, like a description of her son.
Yeah, he is 5'8". He has curly blonde hair. He's a boxer, so his nose has been broken a few times. But otherwise, he's a pretty average kind of Joe.
What weight does he box at?
Good question.
I don't know how this
5'10".
works. I would. He doesn't box like He just boxes for fun.
Like, is he a
So
big guy or is he like a skinny, quick guy?
He's a bigger guy.
Okay. Couldn't knock him over with a pail of water?
You could not. No, you would need at least 3 sandbags.
All right.
Or alignment.
Something like that. He doesn't box professionally. He boxed in college and now he's in some club where they box. So, but yeah, he's an architect. She gives you his address. If you want to check out his house, you certainly can. If you want to check out other places he may or may not be in association with, you can, in theory, just skip the gala and go straight to the Vanderkamp's house if you want. Yeah, but yeah, she is getting up to take her leave unless you have anything else you want to ask.
No, nothing at this time.
Okay.
I think once we have the crew together, then maybe we'll have more questions for later, but we can always go to her place for that.
Okay. She leaves, and as she walks out your door, the sun is suddenly shining bright. It's a nice break in the storm. Let's go back to Sam Mahash.
Let's investigate a mystery. Let's see.
Yeah, you can investigate a mystery on the pipes.
Yeah.
I'm down for this. I love this plan.
Oh, this is terrible. That's a 4. I think.
you gonna spend a luck to fix pipes?
Yes, I will.
Are you serious?
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay. Damn, that's hot.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Sam's a good plumber. He's got to get lucky when it comes to plumbing.
Sam, yeah, you at first you were you pulled this valve off and you're like, oh crap, everything's going to hell. But tell us a few things. Tell us how you fixed this problem. Tell us what was wrong, and then tell us what you find because of your luck move.
Oh, okay. Sam, Armand, hey, buddy, please go shut down the main at the outside around the back of the building. There's always that one big lever. If you pull that one big lever, and everything will be fine. And he runs out and he pulls that one big lever and it shuts down the main water. And it gives Sam just a second to just breathe and look. And he's going to look in the pipes and he's going to see a section that just has some crystalline stuff built up inside. And he's going to
some weird sediment.
Some weird crystalline sediment. Something that looks like, sugar or something. And Sam's not going to think anything of it because it's just going to be one little... He's going to, look down and he's going to try to tap and feel and find where it stops and replace things because he's got his little toolkit because he doesn't go anywhere without his little tool chest and his fancy big old extra large fancy wrench, except on casking day. But yeah, he takes the small section of pipe that really got gummed up with this crazy crystalline stuff, and he throws it aside and he fits some new pipes in and a new valve, and he's all okay. Hey, we'll call it 100 bits. Emergency call pipes plus hour labor.
roll me to manipulate someone.
Oh, I think I'm good at this, actually. That is a 12. Dirty 12.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. You did this so fast. I mean, you did almost flood my entire brewery, but you're amazing.
Hey, the damage would have been far worse if you didn't get a hold of me right
I'm
away.
gonna
I'm just glad I could help.
I'm gonna send all of my business your way.
Oh, much appreciated. Much appreciated.
And I am so thankful. And yes, 100 bits. And anytime you want a beer, you just ask
Oh, Mr. Dupree,
on the house.
that's way too much. I mean, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know what? Here, and he's all like, you know what? I know good work is going to come to me, and I slide 20 bits back at him. And be like, normally I send a couple bits your way when I get referrals, but I know they're going to come from you. So here you go.
He he looks like he's a little uncomfortable at this, but he just puts it in. He's got some kind of tip jar. He just puts the 20 bits in there.
For your crew, it's been a hard day, and I know you're not going to be getting as much business. You lost business. You know, here you go.
So yeah, you now have. And what do you want me to do your luck move, or did you want to find something in the pipes that you can?
There was some crystalline, quartzy looking stuff. I didn't want to say quartz. I wanted to, but yeah, found some quartzy looking stuff. It might not be the right stuff, but it's stuff. Whatever it is, it could be growing.
I'm going to meet you in the middle, Sam Mahash. You find at the center of the pipes there is a. Apparently, I'm in a pocket watchy kind of mood. You find a pocket watch that has diamonds encrusted all around the numbers, and this was actually causing a big part of the problem.
Oh, hey, I found this, and I show it to Mr. Dupree.
Take it. It's yours.
Oh, you're way too kind. This is. Thank you. Normally, I just find too much toilet paper. So, or the occasional, like, they put too much rice in the noodles. Like, noodles are terrible. Don't ever put the noodles in the sink.
Hey, do you know how to install a bidet?
Yeah, but it takes all day. Hey.
He wants to book you for a week from Saturday.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Put in some bidets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get you the quote, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Perfect. You leave the building, and there's a big whistle that blows. Boop boop. That the brewery is back open for business.
And there was much rejoicing.
Sam
is a local hero.
Yes. Yeah. Where do you think Sam might be headed next?
We got to go to the bowling alley. I think it's quitting time. He's got to go get his Philavonian sausage pizza, and
okay.
The first round is on him because he just did a big job. Real quick.
Yes. Did you say real quick or like a
no?
Question mark?
He did the job real quick.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's feeling
All
good
right.
about himself and wants to go celebrate.
Heading over to the bowling alley, where I think Luca is probably already there, maybe.
Yep.
Slim also.
Slim also at the bowling alley.
Yeah. Slim's looking over at Luca like, okay, team name. What do you think about love the pin or hate the pin? Eh? It's religious for you? Okay, I'll keep working on it.
What about Thunderpins?
It's not a pun. The other teams, they all got like clever puns for their names. I have to borrow the bowling alley shoes. I don't have my own. I want to have like a fun name too, so they don't keep looking over here and whispering. This is as
Fair.
Sam walks into this conversation.
Why do I feel like this
Thunderstruck.
campaign is just going to be like the search for the bowling name?
Hey, Sam, listen, can you help settle this? What do you think of Call Me By Your Lane?
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, okay, but you didn't jump out of your seat. I'll keep working.
Yeah, I like that other one you had. The gut
In the
among
Dark of the Strike?
the dark of this. Oh, that one's good too.
Yeah, I like that one. I like In the Dark of the Strike.
Yeah, but what about the gutter monkeys? Was that what?
Gutter Monkeys was good, but then they got the monkey gutters across town.
Oh,
Which doesn't even make sense as a team name personally, in terms of if you're asking my opinion about it, which you are. It doesn't make sense personally, but... And are we ever going to play them across town? No.
No.
But it's the league rule.
That's rough. I don't. But you know.
Yeah, well, they won't let you drink 3 beers anymore unless you buy food. So, yeah, times they are changing, huh, pal?
Pictures on me. Here we go. And I flip a couple bitcoins at.
Bitcoin.
Is that what bits are?
I guess so.
We're just flipping Bitcoin. It's a physical currency now.
Bitcoin is physical, yes. Let's go with it. Or something else. I don't care.
Do you take Ethereum? I got a bunch of Ethereum bills I can't spend anymore.
Oh, man.
I need some NFT in this house.
Hey, coffee.
Here's one. Slim, how about this? Holy Rollers.
Holy Rollers is something. But I don't sell Bibles anymore.
But I'm holy. We throw balls down a lane.
Well, that's true, but you're kind of holy in the, like, tie your uncle to a big rock and drip poison on him kind of way, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the earthquakes, by the way. So now I got to pay more in property tax? Because of a mistletoe arrow? Oh. Either way, I suppose you're wondering why I gathered you all here today.
What? It wasn't to eat and drink?
Dearly
yeah.
beloved.
The same thing we do every night, Sam.
Try to take over the world? No. We're not. If we're trying to take over the world, we know Sam is Pinky. Which one of us is Brain?
You know, I mean, this is going to sound terrible, but that show was before my time. Sadly, I never saw that show. It was on Boomerang.
Anyway.
I'm dating myself
a man with such good facial hair should understand Pinky and the Brain.
You would think. No, I was I was the last generation that they ever taught cursive in high schools.
Remember having to write whole 5-paragraph essays in it.
In
How's
cursive.
my heart? And my wrist. Look, I got a ganglion cyst now because of those people right there.
I had a typewriter that I wrote my papers on.
Yeah.
Not even
Now-
lying.
Slim's handwriting is very neat and close cropped, and he's jotting down in a big legal pad next to him as he's speaking here. But he looks up at Luca and Sam and gestures down towards his notes. Says, so, earlier today, a woman of great social and financial standing walked into my office. So you know I'm paying attention. Now it's a job.
Was she lost?
No, actually, she had my card. She wanted to come in, and she was claiming the 10% off that I keep kicking myself for. I swear to God, I'm losing money on this. I'm selling this stuff at cost. So, it's Marcella Brisway what walks in, right? Yeah, of the Brisways.
Oh man, that house has like 17 toilets in it. I'd love to have that contract.
I can imagine. It's got to be like a wet dream for you. Or actually, is wet bad for your dreams?
It is, yeah.
Okay, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
So, as
Well,
it turns
does
out,
it what mean money for you?
Yeah, but I'd rather it be like maintenance contracts. Like I just go out and like kick the pipes every once in a while and be like, "Hey, you're okay."
yeah, your dreams are full of me dumping like a bunch of chopped garlic and olive oil directly down the drain.
Oh yeah, little P-trap stuff. That's easy, no problem.
So, her son is apparently missing. Now, as I understand it, he's an adult. And he's been gone for about 1 week. And he was last seen going off with his romantic partner, his significant other, Leo Vanderkamp, another highfalutin somebody. So,
Right,
everything
Vanderkamp.
points to elopement.
Luca pulls out the newspaper and opens the section to the about the gala. I mean,
Yep.
that Vanderkamp?
That Vanderkamp and that gala. And I produced the invitations from my pocket. Now, what she is paying us to do is to go there, take a look around, and see what we can see. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, this is going to be elopement. There's no reason to suspect anything fishy. She didn't give me any reason to suspect anything fishy, at least. So, I imagine this is going to be a pretty easy job, and particularly well catered. So, I don't think I owe any of you dinner anymore, and I consider my debt to be settled. Passing a ticket to the gala to each one of you.
To put it in perspective, these tickets are in our terms about $1,000.
We're going to be eating well,
Oh.
folks.
I almost forgot. The big boss wants me to acquire some quartz samples.
Quartz?
Yeah, some samples of it. I was told
All right.
I'll know when I see it which ones to get.
I'm
Sam
sure
produces
you
the
will.
watch and says, "I got a watch."
I don't want to know where you found that.
Oh, it was in the pipes. I fixed pipes at some brewery. It was really nice. Really nice guys. They said I could drink there because I fixed it so fast. See, it's shiny.
Luca, there is no quartz on this watch. These have diamond gems. It's probably worth buying the bowling alley is the cost of this watch that, and
Uh,
maybe Slim takes notice as well. But this is the not even Rolex.
Sam's,
This is like a designer who makes 3 watches a year has created this timepiece.
yeah. While
We'll
Sam
get,
is spinning it, Luca will just like grab. You don't want to be fletching that around.
Oh, gee. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's some big money you got right there.
Okay. Well, maybe I should get that. Yeah. And I'll tuck it under. I'll wrap it up in a cloth and tuck it in my tool basket. Hide it a little bit better.
Like that's the kind of watch like somebody like the Vanderkamps would buy.
Oh.
Do you mind if I see it real quick?
Yeah. Sure. And I'll pass it over to Sam.
I'm gonna take a peek at the watch and just see if there's any identifying markings on it, like a name or if there's like an engraving anywhere.
yeah. Do you want to investigate a mystery on the watch?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. And where? What dice box were you using?
We can use the you can use the VTT or you can roll your own dice, whichever you prefer.
Let's roll on the VTT. So that is 7 total. 6 plus 1.
7. So you get 1 question on the investigate a mystery question list. I can read those off if you need. In fact, let's do that for the audience just because. So, investigate a mystery says when you investigate a mystery, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you'll hold 2. On a 7 to 9, you hold 1. 1 hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? Which I guess you could ask, what sort of watch is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? Or what is being concealed here?
I'm going to ask what is being concealed here.
What is being concealed here? I like that. You're tapping at it, toying with it. You are opening it up and maybe you're just winding it out of habit. And you suddenly realize as you're winding it that it's kind of like a combination lock. And as you figure out the combination, the face opens up. And I think inside you see some sort of inscription. The inscription is a love poem, which I will post later because I'm not smart enough to come up with it off the dome. But there's a love poem inside the watch. It was obviously a gift from someone to someone else.
Do you want to love poem?
Actually, you know what? I want to give you an in with the Vanderkamps. So this is a love poem from Brian to Lanessa Vanderkamp. And then
folks, the plot thickens. Take a look at this. The watch that you found in the pipes of that brewery has the Vanderkamp name on it, same as the Gala. Now, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that there are many incidents. You feel?
Yeah.
So I think that something really strange is going on here because something is trying to tell me someone.
Yeah. Because, like, that was in the pipes, and that caused the pipes to burst. But the water comes from the river, which goes through the filtration system, and then into the vats and stuff to make the beer. So it's all kind of a closed system once it gets inside.
But it
So
comes from the river.
But it came from the river.
Okay. Well, all of a sudden, I'm a lot more interested in going to this gala.
Yeah.
What do you think, Luca?
I was going to try to find a way to go to that gala anyways, because, auctions, they might have quartz on auction.
They might, though they might be able to afford a little better than quartz.
It depends on what they're planning to do with the quartz. And it is for charity.
And just to make it fun, Masala would have also given you vouchers to visit their personal tailor if you guys want to get suited up.
Oh, yeah. Sam needs a suit.
They call me Ranch because I be dressing.
Yeah. Sam's just got his...
Like you're on the ranch.
Sam's too working class and too poor to have a nice suit, so this will be his first one.
Every suit that Slim wears is either half a size too large or too small. But it's never quite right. Looking like David Byrne in a Talking Heads video.
So you know the Talking Heads, but you don't know Pinky and the Brain.
My car only has a tape deck. My music taste does not match the year of my birth. I started out with Zeppelin 2 and Terrapin Station by the Grateful Dead.
Beautiful.
Started from the bottom. Now I have ABBA's greatest hits. Look at what
You need to start a Ko-Fi of Buy Me a Tape.
Buy me tapes. Otherwise, it's the best thing ever, though, because, and a brief aside, and I know we're playing a game, but if you ever do want to improve your listening experience, just rip out the aux cord in your car and get a tape deck, because then if someone gets in your car, you don't need to worry they're going to play something weird when you hand them the aux cord. They're going to play the only thing that you have, which is Meatloaf. You can listen to Like a Bat Out of Hell, or you can get out of the car.
I gotta say, I sincerely miss mixtapes. Like when you would make mixtapes for somebody, you would put the songs in order, you would record them, and it was very personal.
My coworker gave me a mixtape burned onto a CD and placed inside of a bag that would normally contain pastry. And he slipped it to me really covertly until my other coworkers were like, no, that's just what he does. He just makes mixtapes and burns them onto CDs. And I had to double check what year it was.
When I was in college, I had a roommate who would, he had the ability to burn records onto CDs. So he had like a turntable. So he would play like Pink Floyd and stuff and burn it onto a CD. And then we would play it at the parties that we hosted, which were kind of nuts.
So that was very recent then, huh?
No. That was when South Park was still an underground movement. So I don't know, not to date myself. But
so before Clown College.
Oh, yes. Yes, way before clown college.
You got something moving in the background.
I do.
Yes.
One of your flags blows in the breeze
Oh, I have a
occasionally.
fan.
I slowly gathered
Yeah, I
that
see
there
something
was,
orange moving up and down periodically.
I mean, I could turn off my fan if it's really bugging you.
No, it's not. It was just an observation.
Then I'm going to be sweating, and my shirt, I'll have to take off my shirt, and you'll all be like, oh, the abs. I'm blinded by the abs.
Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but it is hot where I am at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. AC's been
All
cranked
right,
for
so
a
the
long
plan is to go to this gala.
Which is in a few days, so we got some time. We got
You do have
tickets
a
to the
couple days.
tailor. We also have the address of Gordon's apartment.
Yep.
So I figure we get whatever new threads we're looking for. And then before we go to the gala, we should check out Gordon's apartment. And then if we can think of any other questions that we have for Marcella, we can also pop by the Brisway Manor as well. But
You have her direct phone number as well, so you could just ring
that's
her.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
you could stop by personally as well. But if there's anything anybody wants to do, we can montage or take it slow.
By
I'm
the way,
open.
what's the other name on the watch?
So this is a poem written at least what's inscribed to Lanessa from Brian Vanderkamp. And you would know that they are the heads of this house.
Head.
They have a sprawling manor on one of the islas.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified they're the heads of the household, because otherwise my mind was going to a dark place.
I mean, my mind goes to dark places all the time, so it's cool.
I don't think your mind would go this dark.
And the poem that's printed on the inside, is the poem generally like flowery and like lovely and poetic, or
It's
it doesn't
obviously
appear
he
to be
paid
full of
somebody to
coded
write
messages,
this.
right?
It's like semi-generic. Like, if love was an island, I would cast away my cares and crash my plane onto your shores to live in your loving arms and never want for anything other than your surrounding beauty or something. It's really bad.
things remembered, pre-generated, one of three options.
If you told AI to write a really shitty poem, they'd probably come up with something better than this.
Okay, but
So
it
it's
doesn't appear to be
obviously
full
not
of like coded messages. It's not like the owl will crow thrice at dawn.
I hope not, because I don't have anything prepped.
Excellent.
So it's a poem written by a drunk monkey.
That's a fairly
Yes, the
accurate
drunk
description
monkey
of
on the
poets.
typewriter wrote a poem.
I'm going to pass the watch back to Sam and thank him for letting me take a peek at it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And hang on to that for now. I got a feeling that that's going to come up again later in the future.
Okie dokie. Folds it up, put it at the bottom of his little tool chest.
I do want each of you, though, just for grins and giggles, to roll 2d6 flat to see who wins at bowling.
Oof. I got a 4.
I got a 7.
I got an 8.
Leave it to the demigod.
So yeah, Luca, you roll a 210. Sam Mahash rolls a 180, and Slim Leeds rolls an even hundy.
You said that for this one we were going to keep the gutters up. We were going to have the barricades.
I didn't say that. No, I don't practice with that.
Hey, why is it every time his ball hits the pins it sounds like a thunderclap?
I don't know. Strike after strike after. The only way this guy gets like less than a spare is when he's drinking
He's always
and bowling at the same time. He's holding the mug of beer and throwing the ball at the same time. It just I don't get it.
I've never seen that kind of behavior outside
Lucas
of
a they
electricians.
them.
Yes, thank you. I was going to double check that. They them?
Yes,
Thank you. I'll remember that. He, him. For
that's
Slim.
why the androgynous hint.
Heard. I'll remember that. Thank you.
Yeah. Anytime
Yep.
they're drinking and throwing the ball, the extra glow hits off the polish, and that's when the only time they miss.
Slim is angrily eating nachos and
Or
idly
maybe I'm
holding the
intentionally
nachos
missing.
in front of the little wind vent, blowing the toppings off of one tortilla chip onto another.
Does anyone want to, and it's okay if nobody does anyone want to describe the immaculate threads that they're getting outfitted in for the party?
Yeah. I got some reference images of Slim, actually. I can throw them in our server. I don't know if they'll have them on stream, but we're talking extraordinarily classic white shirt, red tie, and then on top of that, black jacket, like suit jacket, with the black pants, sensible shoes, and then kind of coffee colored beige trench coat over the top of the thing. Like crawled out of a pulp novel, like so on the nose that you're like, this guy's not for real, right? And visually, the inspiration for this character is singer-songwriter Tom Waits.
Ooh,
I'll post some.
I love that. I love that pool. I gotta say, I'm not a giant fan, but I respect.
Tom Waits is divisive. I understand when people aren't.
I live with a giant Tom Waits fan. I am not a giant Tom Waits fan, but I respect.
Put an image into our Discord there.
That is pretty
I love
hot.
that. Yeah.
For viewers, I'm sorry, we're dorks and we do this sometimes.
For viewers, you're going to have to listen to the entirety of the album Rain Dogs by Tom Waits. Once you can't go to bed without thinking of broken carousels, you know you're in.
For viewers, if you would rather not listen to Tom Waits, you can also listen to Sammy Ray and the Friends. Just saying.
Who I'm seeing in a couple months.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, September, Bourbon and Beyond down in Kentucky.
Oh, that's my band.
They're
It's my
incredible. They're so good.
my first. Have you seen them live before?
Never.
Oh my! You have. If you could find a way to get front row, they're gonna blow your top.
I will.
I'm
very excited.
I go to a lot of concerts. Number one, best concert band.
Really? Okay.
So, their music, honestly, I was not in love with them. I was just kind of like, they're okay. But then when I saw them live, they instantly jumped past everybody else that I was listening to. So.
I love it when a band does that. That was the Foo Fighters for me, where my whole life it was like, they're good, but I don't get it. 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 I heard him live, and I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to live vicariously through you on that date. But yeah, I'm getting goose pimples. I love Sammy Ray and the Friends. So
Slim mostly listens to like funk and disco music on an old record player that's set up on like an upside down cardboard box in the corner of his office.
the old pizza box is his counterweight.
Oh yeah, he's got like a dime taped onto the arm to keep the weight down. No, I mean his office really is decorated more like a dorm room at Brandeis.
Goddamn, I kind of lost track of where we were. I got.
It's probably a good time for a break, or
you want a break?
Fine.
I think that's a good. I think this is a good time for a break. Actually,
Yeah.
If Will is on board and listening, we could meet back on the hour. I have my phone here. I can text him, but sometimes he just messages me.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't. I must have gotten something confused. I thought we were only going until the hour tonight.
So the idea is that we go max of 3 hours. So we would go.
So going up until 2 then.
If that's cool.
We
can go shorter.
I may have to hop off early tonight. At the very least. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought we were because we were pushing it back an hour. I thought we were doing a shorter session rather
we
than
certainly
pushing
can.
back.
There's no reason we don't have to go the full length. And you're new, so you get wiggle room.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Would it be all right with folks if we cut things off a bit early tonight? I apologize.
No, totally cool.
Again. I overscheduled myself a little bit in the mornings.
That
makes
makes
myself since I have the day off.
That's
was
perfectly
like,
fine.
I've got the day off. Say again, sorry.
Said it's perfectly fine with me. And
So
we're
if
only pushing back like half an hour.
Yeah, we only push back 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, let me ask you this, Slim. So we can kind of put everything to kind of rest and end on the hour mark. Does that work for you?
That works for me personally. If that works for
that
other
works
folks.
For Sam, old Worm Slayer.
Maybe pick back up when we're going to check out Gordon's apartment next time.
Yes,
I love it.
We will put a pin in this. We will take a breather and let me refresh my thing with the end of session questions.
Quick question.
Yes.
What kind of pin are we putting in it? Bobby pin, clothes pin,
bowling
we're
pin.
Putting
Push pin.
a full-on a full-on neck pin. Like we're like grabbing that guy with both forearms and choking him.
Via submission by rear naked choke. Islam Makhachev.
Sorry, I had to
Right.
make a joke.
That's fair. Before
Is
we
that the
do
team
end of
name?
session
Put a pin in it?
questions, what's up?
Is the team name
Yes.
put a pin in it?
Put a pin in it.
It works so well for
I
me.
like that.
I like that. Okay. We're put a pin in it.
We're gonna put a pin in it.
Notable
did-
for coming last in every bowling tournament, even though we participate every single time.
Oh my
Statistically, it
god,
shouldn't
a
happen.
pin in it.
Well, except for Luca, who tends to like get a higher score, but it's just
Well, no, so Luca is bowling at like a professional level, but Slim and Sam are both just like drunk and goofing off. And so the average of the scores brings it all down to right about the middle.
We have an average just because of Luca.
And as such, Slim is totally deluded as to his own skill level. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. My team does well. Yeah, we do well."
For the end of session, did we conclude the current mystery?
No.
Yes.
No! You're wrong.
Ah, darn it. Confidence is half the battle.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yes, a whole business would have died if Sam didn't.
or worse, yeah, we saved a
Or
lot
worse.
of people from sobriety.
Yes.
I'll take it. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
We have two battling
Yes.
rich families.
Yeah, maybe the relationship actually between Gordon and Leo.
That's pretty big. Did we learn and this is kind of gimme on session 00, but did we learn something new and important about the hunters?
Yes, I'd say so.
So that is 3. So you all get 2 experience points. I broke my pinky like a year ago, so like I can't do the thing. But I try. Does anyone have stars, wishes, or sparkles? And I want to be specific on this. If you have comments that are negative, please keep them to your own gameplay, not another player's or the keeper's. Just for raising people up in general. But does anybody have things they liked, wish had happened a little bit differently, or liked that they did in the game?
I like the collaborative storytelling elements. I like working out where, like, the vibe of a place, for example, throughout the course of the story allows for matching tone a lot. I've definitely made like a purely comedic character before for other Monster of the Week campaigns, and then got in and it's like, oh, well, the tone here is not comedic at all. Like every other character is taking this very seriously. So it's nice to be able to work out some things as we go along so you don't build up a whole backstory and then hope that it fits. You can just build things up in the way that it fits. So I like doing that. I feel like that's very, very organic.
Yeah. I'm liking the camaraderie. It's like, yes, we have this very serious approach to everything, but comedy just flows with it without even it being intentional.
It's the most fun I've had so far.
Perfect. I'm a giant fan of this group. I think you're all wonderful. So and I am very open if you guys have comments on anything that I do that you either enjoyed or want to see changed. I am very open to those. But yeah, I'd say stars all around, sparkles all around for all y'all. You did a great job.
Sparkly.
We're
Damn it, I don't
my
have any sparklers.
My superpower is glitter. Okay, so y'all get a little glitter.
Oh no, I'm getting glitter bombed.
Stuff gets everywhere.
All right,
Find it between my toes 3 weeks later.
You go in the pool and it's just floating there. You're like, motherfucker. Let's sound off. Starting with who wants to go? Popcorn.
I'll go.
Okay.
Hi everybody, I am Old Wormslayer. I have been playing Look Tonight, the androgynous bowling demigod. And you will see me here tomorrow for Reign of Vecna, and potentially on Monday with MC Henry in the middle here for Wind Riders of Aria. And then back here into 2 Wednesdays.
And
Popcorn under. Yep, go for it, Slim. No, go for it.
Just grab it here.
Take it.
I'm Ollie. I've been playing the Gumshoe, Slim Leads, Private Eye. And I am just doing this one for Halfling. So then 2 weeks from today, same bat time, same bat channel. If you need more dulcet tones.
Hi, John Smash. I played Sam Mahash, your mundane. And I'll see you next week. Or 2 weeks. See you in 2 weeks. Not next week. In 2 weeks.
The monster of every other week.
The monster of every other week. We need to change the name of the show.
It could just be Sam having like a solo podcast every other week.
Hey, when you're doing your pipes, you got to make sure that you put the tapey on it, and you got to put it on just because if you don't put it on just right, then it's gonna leak, and it's just gonna be a mess. And then you're gonna have to call me.
The meaning of pipes with Sam Mahash.
I had a friend
But
in
you want
college
people
who
to
kept
call
a
you.
toolbox in the back of his VW Beetle that had a roll of duct tape and a hammer in it. That was it. So if the car broke
Great
down,
toolkit.
he was either breaking it off or taping it back together.
It's 50. You're handling both sides of the spectrum perfectly. I see no issue with this whatsoever.
With that, I am MC Henry or Entourage. If you're following me on social media, you are definitely following the wrong person because I am not there. So get off your Instagram and play a tabletop role-playing game with somebody you like or don't like. I don't really care. But get in front of somebody and roll some dice. You will be amazed at the time you will have. We are raising money for the Service Dogs of America. You can donate right now or 10 seconds from now or 30 seconds from now, and you might just save not 1 but 2 lives with a veteran or their service animal. You can find me here in 2 weeks' time. You can find me here every other Monday with Old Wormslayer playing Wind Riders of Aria as the discombobulated wizard Entourage. I am on a couple podcasts here and there. I am on a voice actor. I just got a gig doing a mean mobster for Cybertopia, which is a podcast out of Britain, which is amazing. And you can probably find me on the streets juggling amazingly, which is a lie. I can't juggle. But with that, we're trying to get Will's attention and see if he can send us out. Otherwise, I'm going to talk randomly into the cosmos until we see the credits rolling. And that's going to become very awkward because I'm not really great at that. So I'm just going to keep yiping until I can figure out. I got to get his number in my phone.
I can just start doing podcast ads for
there
other
you go.
services that don't pay us.
Hey, do that. Yeah, let's hear some podcast ads.
Okay, here's the thing. Do you have a mattress? Or food? Or underwear? Or do you need Kratom? Those are the only services I know the promo codes for.
You know,
I
I just saw something. We need to get Slim, like something to smash people with. That way we got a trifecta of smashing weapons.
That is true. I should have taken something else other than a big gun. I could always hit someone with the butt of the gun, though.
Big hammer,
A bowling
big
pin.
wrench.
A bowling pin would actually be great. Keep it in the trench coat. A bowling ball would be better, but I don't think my tough is high enough to wield a bowling ball.
Question
Yeah,
for all
you don't want to be the
the
bowler.
players in the audience. Do you roll for the hundreds? Or do you just give in to the 40s and the 50s?
Oh no, we're trying for the hundreds. We're trying hard.
Damn right we are.
Bowled in a league in high school when I was pretty competitive.
Oh, yeah? Did
I
you
was
win?
a terrible bowler, but I was still competitive as all get out.
I go every month to a skee ball league. I am kind of dreaded because I have the ability to get several hundreds, but I also have the ability to just eat it and get a 90. But I think with
You
that,
know,
we're
for
out
the
of
bowling
here.
pin thing, it could be one that Luca previously broke into, had to buy.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Or maybe it's the one time that we did win a tournament. It's the trophy.
There we go.
It's the participation trophy that we got from our last tournament. It's quite heavy and I carry it with me.
Is that a trophy in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
It's like a hitman
Whoa.
weapon at that point.
Oh, hey.
I had to be taking a drink at the moment of that joke.
And now it's everywhere. It's all over your carpet.
No,
All right,
I was
guys.
able to keep it in.
Take it easy, folks.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you for joining us. Meet us next time when we will continue our mystery. Don't be strangers, or be stranger than the person next to you, and everything will turn out fabulous.
Well, I'm stranger than the person above me.
Okay. We're still...
Tiny robes he's wearing so fine, in the tavern sipping on wine, knows the secrets of the old halfling wizard never told. Mystic wand and a pointed hat, talks to people about this and that, sneaky tricks and a wink in his eye. Halfling wizard makes the hours fly. Oh, halfling wizard in the night, casting spells to the moonlight. He can talk and he can know in his world the magic grows. Down the road in evening light, he'll engage you, that's his delight. Readers of the stars he seeks, in a crowd he's sure to speak.